Good morning. How are you? Good morning. It's so crazy. So I woke up this morning, I did my usual. And then I'm just sitting in the room and I'm looking out the window. There's this dog across the street, right? This dog lives across the street. It's like a little Chihuahua type fluffy dog mix. I don't know. Okay. The dog is so cute. Anyways, so I'm sitting there and I'm just looking out the window. This is what I do when I get up in the morning. Peace. And the dog's barking, like just barking. But the dog's looking in a certain direction, right? For like 5 minutes, the dog is just barking at nothing, right? And I'm just looking at the dog, I'm watching, I'm like, okay, okay. Next thing you know, there's a person that's walking the direction that the dog is barking in. And this dog couldn't have seen this person as long as this dog was barking. You understand? So I'm like, okay, this is right across the street. So naturally, I took that in and I was like, okay. Remember that movie when we was kids, All Dogs Go to Heaven? So if any of you guys have lost any pets, they're around you too. It's another message I got, very weird, but that's for you. But yeah, so the person ends up, I see the person eventually, and the dog is literally standing behind the person, like barking at the person, like barking them past the house and literally barking them down the street. Just a sign of the spiritual protection is what I'm trying to say here. You're connected to animals. You're connected to everything. Okay, chosen ones? And you'll find little signs like these. I just saw 144 on the time. Another thing, animals are very, very helpful. Okay? Like you guys, remember what I told you about, I just keep seeing shaman, like in words, like shamans, It's so crazy, like with the birds, right? Say you're outside and you just like, I don't know, wherever you be at. There's like telephone wires or whatever, 2 and 2 on the time. Like say you're sitting on your porch, right? And you're like tapped in, 222. And say you got like I said, wires. And you look up at the wires, right? And say a bird comes, because y'all are shamans, right? This is how you could know what's going on around you, okay? Bird will come and sit on the line in front of you, right? And then you'll notice the bird will, and start looking in a certain direction. You hear the bird? Wow. Okay. The bird will look in a certain direction. Bird's even talking to y'all right now. The bird will look in a certain direction, and that will allow you to know that someone is coming that direction. Now, they will tell you that, in many different ways. It's also a helpful tool, okay? For any of you guys, 313, that are trying to tap in more with like what the animal world is trying to tell you. They're always giving you signs. And you might not realize it, but eventually it's like, okay, let me see here. Eventually, like, say you think about it for a second, right? 333. Then you stop. Next thing you know, you'll be outside one day and you'll literally see it in real time in front of you. You'll like see it, then you'll see a person. You're like, oh shit. Okay, whatever. Spirit said that's something some of y'all need to know too. Pay attention to help you to pay attention to your surroundings, okay? Because spirit is always like showing you things. So I don't know. So we're gonna light some blue sage. You guys are connected to everything, And so spirit's gonna be like showing you that. I just saw 404 on the time. Come on, can I just get one? We're gonna get into this message. Maybe I should open it so I can see, huh? How are y'all doing today? Now there's a train going by. That may be of significance to you. You may live near a train station, or you may commute on the train to and from work. Now the dog's quiet. I wanted y'all to hear the dog barking, but quiet now. 444 on the time. Okay, so we got our blue sage going. The blue sage is good too because it helps with the that throat chakra energy. So not only is it like clearing the energy around, it's really doing something for that chakra, which is cool. Pretty cool. Okay, sorry guys. I'm thirsty. Hold on. You just saw 5:15 on the time. Okay, so the title is what the title is, right? And we're gonna go to this. Oh, hello, hi. The book here. We're gonna read a little bit today. So I woke up and I was like, what's the message? And I just said, okay, so here we are. This is where we go. Okay. So, living as children of light. So I tell you this, and insist on it in the Lord, that you must no longer live as the Gentiles do, in the futility of their thinking. They are darkened in their understanding and separated from the life of God because of the ignorance that is in them due to the hardening of their hearts. Having lost all sensitivity, they have given themselves over to sensuality so as to indulge in every kind of impurity with a continual lust for more. You, however, did not come to know Christ that way. Surely you heard of him and were taught in him in accordance with truth that is in Jesus. You were taught with regard to your former way of life, right? To put off your old self, that transformation. I'm also hearing transfiguration. Remember, Jesus went through the transfiguration. Okay. To put off your old self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires, to be made new in the attitude of your minds, and to put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness. Therefore, each of you must put off falsehood and speak truthfully to his neighbor, for we are all members of one body. In your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry, and do not give the devil a foothold. He who has been stealing must steal no longer, but must work, doing something useful with his own hands, that he may have something to share with those in need. Remember I said the other day, you haven't eaten long enough, now stop being greedy. Keep it real, partner. Give to the needy. Okay. He who has been stealing must steal no longer, but must work, doing something useful with his own hands, that he may have something to share with those in need. So now there are individuals I'm hearing, okay, chosen ones, who are going to have to do more than they have been doing. You know, the righteous way. They're going to have to be doing something useful with their hands, because you guys out here, poor righteous teachers, not saying you're needy, but God is saying you are the ones who are in need now. You are the ones who are due something now, because you have been putting your hands to good work. And you have been what? Been dealing with not getting what you should be getting. Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs. So when we talk about we have the power to change people's destinies, you know how we are those readers, right? There are other readers, right, that like to do what? Destiny swap, play on people's destinies, confuse people out of their destinies, trick them, deceive them. There are real chosen ones, children of light, who are here to help people align with their destiny. Truly step into it. Truly be all they can be. Truly reach for more. There are those of us out here that believe this so wholeheartedly because what God has done in our lives and is still doing, how he's moving, how he's operating, how it's out of our control, and how we're called to walk a life of faith, hope in this light. This is something we cannot control. We are a product of this light. We are children of the light. Everyone thinks, you know, if you want to take it down to people, the sun. Who is the sun? Yeah, they say Jesus is the sun, but who is the true sun? Who is the living, breathing, walking, godding? Wow, I said walking, godding. Wow, okay. Y'all are godding. Y'all are the true suns out here. Not the one up in the sky. That's just the one you see. Let me see. But only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit. Y'all are an asset. Those who listen. And as I said, chosen. There are people out here who are called. There are people out here who are led. There are people out here who are handpicked, selected, and chosen to hear you, to listen to you, because you are the divine spark here that someone out there needs. Those who have ears will hear. That's why it says, only what is helpful for building others up, according to their needs. The world is darker already. So children of the light know the world needs more what? So that's why you come out here, love and light, this and that, I share this, grand, because you know what that energy does. You understand? And people think that you guys, because we're so loving and we're so caring and sensitive to others' needs, that somehow or another, that's going to take something from us, right? Or people want to use our kindness, 1111, as weakness, or our true strength as something other than what it is. There are certain people that need the messages that you guys give, okay? And do not grieve the Holy Spirit of God, with whom you were sealed, covered, cloak of Christ is what I'm seeing, for the day of redemption. Get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. Now that forgiving each other, why you guys are able to go through these things, why we're able to go through these things. And I always say I forgive that person. Why we understand forgiveness is key for us to keep giving this light. If we didn't forgive the situations that, happened, we wouldn't be able to keep going. And how do you forgive? How do you forgive? How do you forgive? Because, being kind and compassionate. Love is the highest vibration of all. Forgiving each other just as in Christ God forgave you. It's a very simple concept for those of us who understand. Wow. Okay. Be imitators of God, therefore, as dearly loved children, and live a life of love, just as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us as a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. But among you, there must not be even a hint of sexual immorality, or any kind of impurity, or of greed, because these are improper for God's holy people. Nor should there be obscenity, foolish talk, or coarse joking, which are out of place, but rather thanksgiving. For of this you can be sure, no immoral, impure, or greedy person, such a man is an idolater, has any inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and of God. Now, ladies, y'all need to listen. Let no one deceive you with empty words, for because of such things, God's wrath comes on those who are disobedient. Therefore, do not be partners with them. Now, I said the other day with that karmic energy, not going back to what hurt you, not going back to that past that you just had to heal your way out of. And it says it right here. Therefore, do not be partners with them. God himself is telling you. He's also talking about these empty promises, right? The things that we be wanting men to give us and such. He's talking about that as well. Oh, if you choose to be with me, then I'm going to do this and I'm going to give you the work. Don't listen to that. This is what I'm being told. I'm reading this for a reason. The energy is the energy. For you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Live as children of light, for the fruit of the light consists in all goodness, righteousness, and truth. And find out what pleases the Lord. Have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them. For it is shameful even to mention what the disobedient do in secret. Let me do this again. Have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them, because you are children of light. And I say this without even reading this Bible all the time. We're called into the darkness to see something. But the craziest part about it is these are God-given gifts and talents, and it says right here, how can you have nothing to do with the darkness but expose it? Maybe that's why my third eye was itching. You guys have gifts to use, to help, to save, to intercede. When you have a message to give and you be feeling hesitant and it's a lot of like anxiety, that's like because the message is that important to get out. And there's some type of force that's like, nah, just chill, just wait. But if it's put on your spirit, you got to do it because you are children of light. For it is shameful even to mention what the disobedient do in secret. But everything exposed by the light becomes visible, for it is light that makes everything visible. This is why it is said, wake up. Remember that card we saw the other day? You had to wake up first. You had to go through a spiritual awakening first. Wake up, O sleeper. Rise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. Whatever situation in your life got you feeling like this is it, this is the end, it's just total darkness, wake up. Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the Lord's will is. Our Father who art in heaven, the Lord's will, not our will. Understand what the Lord's will is. Do not get drunk on wine, which leads to debauchery. Instead, be filled with the Spirit. Speak to one another with psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs. Sing and make music in your heart to the Lord, always giving thanks to God the Father for everything. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. So again, that's that submit, that's that release, right? And that's not like submitting to a person. That's literally like, it is what it is with peace. Literally. Because children of the light, you have to carry the light. You have to be the light. You have to see the light. I told you you were the light, yin, divine feminine energy coming straight out. You are in partnership with this light. They be talking about y'all coming into union and this and that, and they always think it's a love situation. It's not always love. It's union with yourself, with your other half, with your soulmate, with your true self, with your higher power. That's a union as well. We are always outside and separate from ourselves until we realize we're not. There is our physical self and there is our soul self, and we are combining the two. That is a transformation that I spoke on, the regeneration that many of you guys are going through. And while it may be dark right now, something beautiful is going to be born when you begin to realize that you are the light that you're seeking. Yeah, fork in the road in reverse, divine feminine energy. You saw the to be fair card. A change in the wind, reverse. You may have thought something was going to, like I said, you were feeling something. Yeah, you were feeling something, divine feminine. When there's transformations that occur, like there's good and bad energy, right? You see the energy that's thrown around every day. So sometimes it's like turbulence before it settles type energy. Yeah, it doesn't mean that you guys still aren't blessed. You are extremely blessed here. You are extremely blessed here. Come to the edge in reverse. Don't feel bad. Serendipity. This is a period right now of a lot of luck for a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys, it's like I'm seeing the Imagine card in this deck. You guys have been like getting visions and glimpses of things to come. Some of you guys are, like you're doing a lot of traveling is what I'm hearing. This is all spiritual talk here, right? You're going back to different things. You're moving forward to different things. It's like you're kind of like time hopping type energy. And this is all because you guys are healing as you purge. Wow. As you clear some things out. as you dust away the debris is what I'm hearing. Some of you guys, you just might be cleaning your house today. You know, it might have got a little dusty. Might have been other things that you had to attend to, and you're just cleaning your house if it's not that deep. But for those divine feminines out here, I saw a reader yesterday said that she be feeling lonely. There's really no one she can talk to, and I get that. I understand that. But there's a purpose for you being isolated. There's a purpose for your not being able to resonate with anyone else around you. There's a purpose for you to be in this loving self-care energy. There's a purpose for you to know when you got to take a break and when you got to go forward. There's a purpose for all of this divine feminine, and it's higher than you think. But if you stop being this light, how are we going to mend here? Keeping your head up. I don't know, Tupac came through. But how are we going to mend here? We're mending here. Unfinished symphony, a lot of things. Because of us, divine feminine, healing, purging, clearing, forgiving, mending, healing. I keep saying healing. Certain things won't continue now. So yeah, it may have been hard, but with that unfinished symphony, I'm seeing cycles of things that you guys are healing. By you guys, divine feminines, know when to walk away. By knowing, okay, I'm being called away. It's time to go doesn't always have to be bad. Y'all are being called somewhere. Y'all can't even see where. But look at the stars behind you. You don't think there's stars in front of you? You don't think that by you walking away from something, you're not going to receive a wish or a dream or have something be fulfilled? No, it's time for you to go. It's time for you to go find yourself. A lot of you had to. A lot of you were around people and you weren't able to grow. You weren't able to thrive. You were giving because you are an overflowing cup. And no one was replacing that water. No one was replacing that love. No one was replacing that time, effort, and energy. So God said, nah, it's time for you to go. Because all you see is darkness by giving what you're giving. And I got to show you there's another side to giving too. There's a lighter side. There's a new life here that's for a lot of divine feminines, okay? And some of you may be pregnant. Some of you may be finding out you are. It's deeper than that. If you are, congratulations. I am very happy for you, okay? But if not that energy, you guys are going to understand more. I'm hearing ascension again. You're like, damn, how much higher can I go? I have no clue. But this new life it's mental, it's emotional, it's physical for some of you. You know, it's very much so spiritual. This is like going back to inner child work. There's something here. Some of you guys may have seen your inner child. Y'all may have spoken with your inner child. You may have finally healed that inner child, that motherhood wounding, that trauma, that pain. There was something here. You're able to be new. But this new is a new that you've never felt before. And this is why spirit is around you so hard, everywhere you go. Because in spirit's eyes, you're like a baby. You're like gaining you're gaining your balance in this new world that you're creating or have created based off of the healing that you were called to do. That was deep. Goodness gracious. A lot of you have been going, like I said, back and forth, here and now, or there and now. I like how they do this card because you really can't tell if it's saying here or there. I like it. Take it how it resonates for you. But a lot of this had to occur. And again, there's ones on most of these cards. It's just you by yourself. You, whoever else around you is going through these things. Every individual person that is called to awaken, to wake up, goes through these things. So you could be going through it, your person could be going through it, but I'm talking to the you, the one you, right? These messages out here that y'all be receiving from me and that the other readers that watch me, the ones that y'all be giving to others, they give new opportunities. They help people learn their gifts, their talents. They help people be expectant and happy and positive things to come. Despite what they've been through, anyone can change. And everyone is not going to go through the level of transformation that the teachers do. The teachers go through so much transformation, endings, change because their students do. And that's what people don't understand. Teachers have to become students as well. And so the more we learn how things are changing for you guys, how you guys are progressing and improving and healing, we must then tap in deeper to realize what is the next thing we need to address? What is the next thing we need to uncover? Each one teach one. Y'all don't come on here and tell me, oh, this happened, that happened, but I can feel it in the energy that it's upgrading. I can feel that many, many people are becoming more happy in their lives. I can tell the cards are not so dark and ominous. This is your energy. So I know we can't keep talking about the shit we was talking about because that's played out. That's not where we are anymore. It shouldn't be. But every now and then, us teachers have to come back in and say, okay, this is here. But the other side, like the Bible said, we got to talk about too. We got to go between worlds to give people what they need. So readers, go where you're being called. It's time for many individuals out here to be knowing and hopeful of this for them. It's time for people to stop asking why. There's some question you chosen ones out here at, why me? Why do I got to go through this? I feel like there's a certain testimony. We keep hearing this word that many chosen us will have. And it goes to speak to your morals, your values, what you followed. Do you practice what you preach? And most people who have these testimonies, most people who go through the things that we're going through, believe in God. And I feel like God always wants the praise. And I never used to understand why people said what they said when they said that, if you get what I just said. There's no man, there's no person, there's no anything in these situations, right? They can do what God allows them to do, is what I'm saying. But when you're in this type of energy, this type of spiritual connection with Source, it's like that's all you have to go to. Knowing you're children of light, even if you're going through darkness, even if you're living in darkness, you are still light. And it's like, what other light do you have to cling to? Because your world doesn't present as light. So how are you so light? Because you look to something higher, because you believe in something higher, because you pray and wait for answers and clarities and the miracles that he said from beginning he was going to give us. You believe in something that others don't. So you see results others don't, but you were called and chosen to do so. And I feel like at the end of all of your situation, you can say people, you can have a list, people that did this, that, to you. How many people helped you? When you pray to God and say, protect me, help me see what I can see, what I can't see, help me from, enemies seen and unseen, known and unknown, you're believing that he's gonna do that. And you wake up the next day. And that plan, that plot, that scheme, God somehow arranged for it to not occur, correct? Damn. But you be having friends and family members that you think is gonna look out for you, right? Is gonna have your back when some shit go down. Where they at? They know all these things are going on to you, but no one asking you, oh, let me come chill with you for a minute so I can make sure you're good. Let me make sure, no, but you pray to God and he makes sure don't nothing come that isn't sent from him. You see? That dog barking outside, that was just a person walking by. But when you're aware, that could have been anybody walking by at 3:30 in the morning. You understand? Don't doubt your gifts. Stop thinking so hard about it. You're connected to something higher than yourself, and you always will be. It was always promised for you to be where you are. Didn't say how easy or hard it would be. Didn't say you wouldn't have to go through obstacle after obstacle. But the world is dark. Y'all know this firsthand. The truth here, look at the window. You guys are here to remove masks, truth be told. And you have a connection here. Now, this one I'm seeing again for children of the light is like your soul connections that you're meant to have here, that people want to block by the smear campaigns, the lies, the slander, all that stuff. There's still people who see you at a soul level. There's still people that are going to resonate with you. There's still people that are going to be able to look beyond that and see it as what it is, illusion. And see, nah, this is a good person at their core, at their soul. This a loyal person. I can feel that. Those are the types of people that are going to be coming to you guys now. Okay, give me a card for these children of light, living as children of light. Yeah, it was destined for many of y'all to feel orphaned, to feel exactly how I said in the beginning, right? But now it's destined for this peace to happen for you. Look what you're going from. Some of y'all, this is also saying people wanted you to be isolated and by yourself, but you're perfectly fine being alone. You'd rather it now. 23-5. That's 55. It's 10. It's the end of something. But I'm just saying an ending of cycle, of you feeling orphaned, of you feeling not okay in your own skin, of you feeling like you can't be alone. Like I said, a lot of you divine feminines out here, you might live alone. And sometimes you be afraid because you see, okay? But spirit, is saying like the challenging times are going to bring about peace. It's also that pain to purpose energy. I don't know what you guys have gone through. Some of y'all done lost everything. Like I said before, you've been left to feel orphaned. Like no one cares about you. Like no one loves you. But at the end of the day, you got spirit all around you. This does just remind me of that poor righteous teacher energy. I don't know why I keep saying that, but somebody out here, it's not about what you got. Like, it's not about what you wear. It's about who you are at your core. Yeah. And this is why you get this leg up from the divine. 34 breaks down to a number 7. Again, 7 is the number of spiritual enlightenment as well, spiritual growth, and happy. Oh, wow. What's behind the happy? Oh, wow. Higher power. So this is the way, okay, I'm a different type of reader, right? People say you're higher power, but this to me is saying that the higher power is pleased with you. Remember how I said, of you, my child, I am very pleased? This is how I'm seeing these cards. Like I said, every chosen one that answers a certain call, that awakens to something higher, that ascends beyond the 3D matrix, right? There's a reason. And it's like, for every one person, it's like heaven is like throwing a party type energy. Like, I'm just trying to tell you, and this is why y'all be feeling this heightened energy, this heightened, like, this connection. It's like every level you go through, every transformation you have, every time you go through an experience that makes you feeling fucked up, it's like you realize in this orphanage energy that you have a leg up. It's like you be in the dark and then there was light type energy. Like, oh, shoot. Like, okay, this is this is that. Then you pray and it's like an epiphany and it's like a light bulb moment. It's like your darkness doesn't last long. And God appreciates you for trusting yourself. If that makes sense to you, it makes sense to you. If it doesn't, you don't have the ears to hear the message. Yeah, you guys out here that have this deep knowing. Look at all these moons. Look at you between moons. Look at your wisdom. Look at your deep knowledge. You have a deep knowledge here, a higher power here that you're supposed to be using to bring happiness to others. Because divine feminines, you be feeling this way, but there are really people out here like this. See, you can put on a smile through this energy, but there's other people that need you, divine feminine. So you got to pull yourself up out this energy a lot. I understand these are always deaths, transformations, rebirths that you're going through. But it's like, I don't know. This is a deep message for somebody. Let me tell you the numbers I see. I see 77. So you might be seeing 707. I'm seeing 55. 9 and 8. So I don't know what you want to do with them numbers. Play the numbers game or something. You guys continue to know that what's happening is happening as it should. Continue to do things by the book, by your set of, morals, values, understanding that you have been taught. This is what I'm hearing. I go by the book like the Bible book, as y'all have seen. But everybody don't do that. You understand? So whatever this is for you, do it the right way is what Spirit is saying. Be happy knowing you are doing it the right way. Even if people are like, she's living in La La Land, is what I'm hearing. No. Y'all are living in the land of the promise that you were called to live in, operate in, and show others something. That they too, once they try to heal and find their inner peace, will get this leg up from the divine. That's always been here. It's always been here waiting for the chosen. Because again, like I said earlier, many are called, even fewer are chosen. So those people that are trying to turn you away from what you believe in that has gotten you this far, that you know is only going to get you further, listen to your discernment. There are people out here that slander God, right? Because you believe in a God. That's okay. Let them do that. They don't got to believe in what you believe in. Confirmation. It's not their walk of faith. They were called because they feel chosen. But their actions prove that they've only been the called one, if you get what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Because a chosen person is called to wake up to this and live in light and only speak light. Only give healing, not hurting. Only give, what needs to be given. This is why I say there are many psychics out here. But you cannot call yourself a high priestess of the light if you don't believe in a higher power that is higher than those ancestors. Because again, like I said, where did the ancestors come from? How are those ancestors even able to be a gift to you? This is why these ancestors don't want to be glorified and idolized. My ancestors never said it's only me, or I would have never got to God. My ancestors said we were given to you. God told me himself, I am giving you your ancestors. You can work with them. It doesn't just stop at your ancestors. Like I said, God called our ancestors out of a location. So these people out here that want you to believe that all this, there ain't no God, there ain't no da-da-da-da that's over you, let them believe what they want to believe. That's what they believe for their life, but that's not you. That's the difference. And people who have been brought up and raised in churches and da-da-da-da-da, they will be called to know the true God in front of them. Because they know the God that was preached about when they was being brought up. You see what I'm saying here? Y'all out here teaching the older generation, the new generation, that God can look like anything. God can put his hands on anyone. God can help, heal, save anyone that seeks him. These people that only believe God was in this book, going to church, are now realizing that book, there's really a thing. It's really a thing. It's really what we've been taught. Because this girl right here, I'm 70 years old and she's 35. And she out here giving me testimony. She out here speaking the word into life. People know what that Bible has taught them or what they should have been taught from that Bible. And then people see the chosen of the light and they see you are that Bible. You understand? How do you know what you know? How are you so wise? How are you so intelligent? How do you just have so much common sense? There got to be something flowing through you. Let these people talk about you. You just keep doing what God called you to do. You keep exalting yourself in the eyes of God. And what God will do is exalt you in the eyes of man. Because you can't lie on God. You can't not say it is what it is. You can't not say that gotta be a chosen person. Your struggle is meant to exalt you. All of these things happen in the spirit first, and this is why I say the battle has already been won. People want to fight. People want to argue. People want to be bad. People want to throw rocks and hide their hands. People want to do the most, but they don't understand the connection and conversations you've already had with God, where God has already told you how it's going to play out, what it is, what it's not. So when God says have faith, that means have faith in that conversation that we had, regardless of what these people are saying. Because like I said, in an instant, God can make something shift for you. You got to have the most faith and trust in something you can't see, that unknown, when you're going through the darkest. You have to believe in something. Because us people, so your walk of faith is your walk of faith. And like I said, God will do what he has to do through you if you're doing what you need to do in him. What else? Yeah. I said it the other day, y'all are the gift. I heard slow and steady. Yeah, you guys are loyal. Y'all are loyal. There was people around you that didn't want you to take this leap of faith and be your best self or whatever. But y'all are loyal people out here. And people should be blessed to have you in their life. That's what I heard. Because all you've been trying to do is lead people to their treasure, to their gifts, to their abundance. That's why God put you here. He didn't put you here to have people steal yours, but they've done what they've done. So you got to just know that it will be given back to you. What was taken, that was unrightfully taken from whoever you are, will be given back to you. It will be given back to you better than when it left. That's what I heard. I keep hearing that. I don't know what that means. Whatever this is, you lost a job, you're going to get a better one, right? You lost some money somewhere, somehow you're going to get some more. Like, however you want to take this. Like, all right, what else? Children of light. What do y'all need to know? This is my song, sorry. Yeah, y'all are no more in the in-between. Y'all are no longer gonna not listen to your intuition, is what this is saying. Trust the niggle. Y'all have a clear feeling. I forget what that's called. I don't know if that's clear sentience, but something like that. You guys can feel things. Like your intuition shows up in like bodily like ways. Let me see, I don't know. Maybe like in your back, or like you just feel the nudge or nudges. You know what I'm saying, if you know what I'm saying, period. Your intuition is always talking to you. Just trust the niggle, or trust the niggle, yeah. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? And then you have the purple. It's all about that crown chakra, your divine quick communication. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy, okay? Some of y'all, I'm getting sacral energy too. Like you gotta move your body around to clear out your sacral chakra. So do some sacral chakra clearing is what I'm hearing. That's for somebody. Okay, can we just get some cards to go, you know? Hold on. Card still on the bottom. Card is still on the bottom. All right, let me see, I'm just saging the cards. All right, what do they need to know, these children of light? Peacekeeper. Oh my God. Let go of the need to be right. A lot of y'all, you just not fighting it no more. It is what it is, like I said. Some people won't understand. Like I said yesterday, your purpose. Some people, you are meant to be misunderstood. But with this awakening, it's making me feel like exalting. Like you were meant to be exalted too. Awakening. There's something that was meant to happen. Okay. What do they need to know about? I guess a lot. Surround yourself with protective energy, awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being. Is that not what we read? Integration. That is that merging, that blending of the spiritual world and the physical. That's what you guys are doing. This is why you guys are ascending. Okay, Oracle. Wait for important information. This is what you guys are being guided to understand, to know right now. Something is coming to you, okay? Great Goddess, sacred unity is here. There are this is just spiritual people waking up, okay? Star mother, there's a mother figure around you. How can you mother on yourself? So for anyone who may have lost their mother, how can you mother on yourself at this time? How can you love on yourself? Give back to yourself. Some of you may be thinking about a mother. She is with you. Also, you are a medium. Your mother is speaking to you, okay? Your mother may be a spirit guide or a grandmother that is talking to you, and they're telling you, wait for their information. This might help you to know who the message is coming for. There's a female spirit guide here, okay? Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. This is who you are. There are many of us, and I like how Spirit is pulling this message in. It helps me to know that there are other readers that believe, that are watching. We are a sisterhood of strong women. We are a sisterhood of light. And it is truly each one teach one. I appreciate every reader that comes across my videos, that watches me, that resonates. And I want you to know that many of you guys give me much light too. Hermit. We are the true hermits. Retreat and recharge. I said earlier about knowing when to give of yourself and when to pull back. A lot of you guys in hermit mode, this is when you see the most, and this is why you were called to pull back. I said when there's darkness, it don't make sense. To chosen ones, to children of light, we like to see clearly. And as soon as it gets too confusing, we isolate. Jesus did the same thing. When he was out there, everywhere he went, he formulated a crowd. Every time he spoke, there was a crowd of people. He had to move so much and travel so much because everywhere he went, he gained new followers. He gained more people to shed light to and to heal everywhere he went. Of course, people didn't like that, right? So Jesus did a lot of praying. He went into solitude a lot. While he was out here healing people, he also had to tell his apostles, like, keep them away from me. I need my time. You guys, it's like the same thing that I'm picking up here. Like, you guys are teachers, okay? And it may be feeling dark sometimes, but that's when you seek out the sun, right? You seek the sun, the true sun. You know that you are it, but there are times when you have to seek it. Understand? Okay. Enjoy success and happiness. A lot of these downloads that you guys are going to be receiving, okay, they're going to be telling you about things that are changing for the better, okay? Earth Guardian. I said the other day, you guys are those earth keepers, and you need to stay rooted and grounded. This is also always about remembering why you started what you're doing, you know, grounding it into the physical even more. Because a lot of us have these spiritual dreams, visions, and aspirations, but they need more grounding, right? This is what Spirit is saying here too. In hermit mode, how can you bring your creations to life? Earth Guardian, because you're here to do things. New beginnings goes along with the new life card. Some of y'all, you getting your crown. 13 talks about that death energy, endings, transformation. We saw regeneration. Cards are just repeating themselves. And get grounded and stay rooted and grounded. So some of y'all out there, you really do. Maybe you've been putting off meditation. Maybe you guys have been putting off, doing them spiritual cleansing baths is what I heard. Get on those, okay? Empaths, you are highly sensitive and you connect with nature. Some of you guys are being told to get out in nature. But just like I talked about that dog outside, we connect with everything around us, which also means that we are sponges, which also means that we have to remember what is ours and what is not. A lot of us get on here and do these readings every day. We got to remember to separate energy because that's not ours. What we take in is what we take in to be able to transmute out what the people need so we can give them back light, truth, healing, and love, right? So we got to remember that when we close these things out, when we close down our screens, when we're done doing this, that we're making an intention and we're saying, okay, I'm sending everybody's energy back in light and love. You do what you got to do, but it's always in light and love, and people should feel that. That's why when people listen to your messages after they get off, they feel better. They feel more positive because you are setting that intention as you clear yourself that others are being cleared as well. And that's why you're here. You're here for more than just talking. Your talking does something else to the individual soul that's called to listen. It's deeper than even these individuals that we speak to realize. This is why we are children of light. This is why you are a child of light. Wow, medicine guardian. Wow. Be open to healing information. A lot of green here. So maybe some of y'all out here are eating healthier, is what I'm seeing too. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? This is what a lot of you guys have just been going through, experiencing. I'm feeling like fragmented energy. Like you feel like your energy's been over here, over there, over there, over there, and you had to come back to center. Okay? Leap, you go first. The universe will catch you. Okay? And trader, exchange energy to create abundance. That's exchanging your good, light-hearted, healing energy to create abundance for other people. Okay. And yourself. I mean, you're doing God's work. It's going to come back regardless. That's why I said it's not about money. We need money, yes. I understand. Yes. But God will bless the hand of those that blesses you. Understand? And that's how this works. All that stuff in the Bible where God talks about adding onto you and this and that, God also places that on certain people to add onto you. There's never a need for you to worry. Okay? God works through people. Knowingly or unknowingly. Seen or unseen. God does these things. He ain't coming up the sky to give nothing to you, is it? Forgiveness. A lot of y'all have just come through a period of forgiving situations that were out of your control. Yeah, a lot of you guys continue to look for these signs and you shall see them. Choose a new direction and compromise. Some of you guys out here, you need to do something a little bit differently. That's just it. That's all I'm saying. It's just a little alteration on your path right now. I feel like you're being seen a different way to do something that you've been doing. Okay? That's what I'm seeing with this choose a new direction. Again, with that peacemaker card, peacekeeper call, you're called to bring the balance, right? There's certain compromises that you must make, but not with your morals and integrity and your values. Don't give those up. It's going to be for someone. You never compromise on what you believe in, but you may have to, do something in a different approach, period. Okay. Positive energy. Okay, there we go. As soon as I said positive energy, cards was coming out in reverse and weird shit. Nah, listen to your intuition because you're ready. All right? Something out here you need to know you're ready for. Your intuition is also going to be telling you about something that is going to occur. It might create or instill a little bit of fear, but Spirit is saying that you're ready. Listen to your intuition. When it comes to romance and matters of the heart, listen to your intuition, not people. Listen to your heart, not people. Continue to be assertive. Continue to know, whenever this happens, that it will happen for you. Sometimes when you least expect it. God said there's no need for you to worry. When it comes to you thinking there's something better than what you're doing, meaning there's something better than your purpose, there's something better than your calling, and God's saying, hell no, there isn't. There's nothing better than what you have. The next person does not have more than you. There's nothing better than what you were given. Yeah, look for a sign of this message. What else? Anything else from the angels? What do the angels want to say? Let's get one from Archangel Michael. I don't know why that just came through like that, but it did. Let's get one from Archangel. Ooh, see? God. Hi, I cleaned my ears yesterday. All right. Archangel Michael. What do they need to know? Because everyone's calling Archangel Michael, right? You know what you ask Archangel Michael for. He's protecting you. Damn. Ah, my gosh. Didn't I talk about Archangel Michael being the angel of communication with that sword? Ask and you shall receive. You are communicating clearly with me. Ask your angel. I said Archangel Michael. He said communicate clearly. You are. We talked about cutting cords. You did that? We talked about cutting cords. Archangel Michael says you did that. You have nothing to worry about. Doesn't mean you won't. Doesn't mean you won't worry. But Archangel Michael is saying you don't need to. If you're worrying about your health, Okay? If you have been manifesting better health, improving health, that's going to be coming in. There's opportunities that are coming here. You might be okay. With this improving health here, Archangel Michael is saying that there's opportunities that are coming that you may want to reconsider, meaning things in the past that you said no to, you may want to say yes to now because you are in a healthier space to do so. If that makes sense, listen to your intuition, okay? But know that there is a peaceful resolution that is on its way in whatever situation in your life you're going through. I don't know what that is. Archangel Michael is also saying trust right now. Trust yourself, trust your intuition. All right, you're ready for whatever this is. When we talk, I'm feeling that fear energy. So some of y'all, again, when we talk about the Seven of Wands and having to stand up for something, stand up for yourself, stand up for whatever, I'm getting that energy of you being coached, like in the spirit. Like, Archangel Michael, protect me in battle type energy. Archangel Michael, protect me as I do this. Archangel Michael, protect me as I'm traveling. Like, I'm getting this energy. And you need to trust that protection, okay? Everything is happening in divine timing right here. Some of you guys, things are going to be changing for you within the next few months, okay? This change or whatever this is will be happening, in the next few months. You have helpful people. And for me, I feel like these are helpful people that y'all can't see. And these are helpful people as far as like in the spiritual, angelic realm, okay? It makes it very easy to understand. You guys have asked for help, and there are others that are helping. And we have these public platforms. Again, like I said all the time, we don't know who's watching us. It's a public platform. We can't see. So when I say there are helpful people that are watching you, you got to believe anything is possible. This is your birthright. And this will come in many forms. This is an abundance of spiritual intelligence, an abundance of gifts, an abundance of money, an abundance of love, an abundance of peace, whatever you want abundance to be. It's not always money. It's not always financial. So people think that you're broke and they're stealing your money means you're not abundant. Well, that's the biggest illusion. Because money is an energy. And just as someone steals it, it can be taken back rightfully too. You understand? So just as someone wants to steal from you, and it can be traced, it will be given to you rightfully. You don't got to sit around and be upset and be mad and be, what's going to be found will be found. What was taken from you that's yours will be returned to you. If it's truly meant to be yours, if it's truly meant to be for you, then all the fuckery behind the scenes that has gone on to make sure it didn't come to you will be seen as well. There's a trail here, is what Spirit is saying. Y'all are following the light while people are leaving a trail of what they've done in the darkness. And it's not your fault that you have been called to the darkness. You get what I'm saying? You did not foresee this, but God did. I said God be covering our eyes sometimes. We can't see shit sometimes because God don't want us to go there. God don't want us to know something until we're emotionally ready to handle it. Some of the burdens that y'all have seen, you're wondering like, damn, God, why didn't you tell me this 2 years ago? Because you weren't emotionally healed enough, ready enough, spiritually aware enough to be able to handle the shit that was going on around you. But now you are. So now you're feeling like you're being hit with a ton of bricks, but God said, nah, I got you. Just like you was believing in me when you was going through it, believe in me that I can fix it. Communicate clearly. Keep talking to God. I'm trying to tell y'all. Keep listening too. Last card, then we're going to get out of here. Let's get some of these chosen ones cards. Chosen ones, 144. Chosen ones, 144. You've been under it. Just like the Bible said, wake up. Y'all been under it. People's judgments and ideas of you and da-da-da-da-da. So why is it not fair? You have a big mission here. That's why they say, judge not, for you shall be judged. But everybody want to go around judging, and they don't think judgment is real, and they don't think angels are real, and they don't think God is real. But then, hey, we come out here, we be talking about stuff, we be connecting the dots, and then we be the bad guys. Nah. We come out here and tell people what we see in the energy. We only see what we see based off of the people that come toward us. So the messages we give are not always ours. They're not about us. unless we specifically say, oh, I remember this happened to me, or this happened to me. Unless a reader says something happened to them, you cannot assume that it happened to them. This is why readers also say, take what resonates and leave the rest. If the message doesn't resonate for you, don't take it. If you know that's not your life, don't claim that. Don't speak that into your existence. If you're of the light and you go into readers that are in nothing but darkness, whose main job is to project on you fear, you need to call back your energy and say, okay, I see what this reader's doing. I see they're not on the right side. They can be on the right side of what they're doing to themselves, but when it comes to your path and journey, they're not resonating where you are. Because you should be getting empowerment, inspiration from the readers you're watching, not depression, fear, anxiety, and worry. Now, if I gotta say something that puts anyone in that space, I will always try my hardest to bring you out at the same time. We only go in there because we have to. We only seeing something because it has to be seen. It can't be ignored. Those things that be burning on our spirits. That God says, I know when you say this, all this shit will happen, but you must speak. People think we want to be out here saying this shit. We thought, remember, in the beginning, it was only reading tarot cards and remember, until it got real. We're here for help, not to be hurt. So if we can see another person's life so clearly, so vividly, I don't know why they don't think that we'll be able to see what they're doing in ours. And that's also what makes me think about all that magic, because they don't want us to see that. They only want us to see them. They only want us to focus on them. So if I'm out here, love, light, healing, blah, 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 how am I looking back here? And then when you finally turn around back here, it's a mess. But remember, that was behind your back. And you got to believe that as you're doing God's work, He's going to see what's going on behind your back, hence your ancestors and angels. But hey, believe what you want to believe. You guys were born to be legends out here. Whoever I'm picking up on, you already got that you have a big purpose here. You have a big mission here. You were born to be a legend. Ooh. You have divine and ancient blood. Cards is just going to say what you already know. This is just confirmation. You're receiving a lot now because you had none. Again, before, you may feel like you have nothing, but God's trusting you with much. People don't get the secrets you get, have the hidden knowledge and wisdom that you have, because they're not trusted with it. This is also how you can know God is separating. The things you get that other readers don't get, the messages that you get that people need, the secrets, high priestess energy that you are granted, it's because you were trusted with them to give accordingly to those who need them. Just like the Bible says. God says, I will give to you according to what is due. You know who needs what God gives you. It's time for a lot of y'all to come out this shell. Time to shine. Some of you guys, you will just shine naturally. I mean, it is what it is. The sun is bright, is it not? Not only are you a miracle, one is on its way to you. Some of you guys, Lemuria, you have ties to Lemuria, okay? Well, Lemuria has come through your spirit somehow. I think a lot of chosen ones end up thinking Lemuria energy. All right, enemies, of course. So, children of the light, what do you need to know when it comes to these enemies, combating the enemy energy, okay? You just need to know that your enemies have you underestimated. This is what God, you hear the bird. Okay. Also, I'm hearing never underestimate your enemies. This is why also, when we see that moon card in reverse, why spirit is revealing who has made themselves, because you have no enemies. But spirit is revealing to y'all who has made you theirs. And some of y'all like, I can't believe this shit, that they never underestimate how hard they will go. But God says, I will go harder to show. Okay. This is why you're going through a lot of psychic attacks, because you're clairvoyant. You have psychic gifts. You're not a psychic. Okay. You have the gift of clairvoyance. So people want to attack your clairvoyance. They don't want you to see things. But it's only your enemies that are doing this, is what God is saying. Of course they don't want you to see things. But you guys are still empathic. So even if you don't see something, you're going to feel something. That's why the card said, trust the niggle, trust your intuition. What is it telling you? Because y'all can feel something and be like, okay, why am I feeling that? Okay, you're feeling this because it's that simple. And you're going to get whatever they think that you can't see because they're attacking your psychic sight. You guys are a walking, talking, breathing. I'm hearing psychic machine. Your feet be itching, you know when it's time to go for a walk. When your feet start hurting, you know it's time to stop moving. There's things, your knees, you know, you understand connection, and you are literally I'm hearing like a psychic box. Like, I don't know. They affect, success. They want to affect one aspect of yourself, right? And this clearly is saying third eye energy because I saw that card. Like, say someone want to do spell work on your third eye so you can't see what they're going to do in the future. The success for you comes in because even when they do that spell work, it just heightens the other gifts that you have. Because this is natural. You're a healer. Confirmation. And your ancestors are with you. There's a lot of tarot readers out here, and they are not the ones to be playing with. I saw King Tut the other day on another deck. Like, King Tut is the energy of curses because y'all got angels protecting you. There's been a lot of curses in the energy. Y'all ain't playing with them. I know that. See? Your third eye is only opening because you're healing. Period. The more you heal, the more you see. The more you see, the more light you bring. Period. Shamans, rebirth. I said I'm seeing the shaman card. What I see appears. Whoa. Okay, I am Lemurian blood. Some of y'all have been having deja vu moments. Those are about to stop because I feel like you're about to see a connection in something. Like you've been going like, oh shit, I think I did it. Oh shit, you're realizing of a past life, pretty much. That's why deja vus happen. Deja vus happen where you think you did something before because you've been somewhere before. You've traveled before, all right? You're an earth angel and healer. Continue to work with your crystals. Yeah. All right. So continue to work with your crystals. All right, y'all. That's what I got. Since it said continue to work with your crystal, it only feels right that we pick the crystal deck up. All I do is pick the shit up. So we got God talking now. Your ancestors want to say hi. Okay. So this is just telling me you guys are working very, very closely. Your ancestors is all around. Okay. So what crystal do they need? Give me a couple crystals. Give me 5. Yeah. You know the 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands? I said, give me 5. Conflict in reverse. Is that not the 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, energy in reverse? I can't do this. Yes, you can. Keep going. All right, I'm going to keep going. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Who was that? Kenny. B. That's what I just heard. Wow. My brother had a friend named Brandon. So, could be him too coming through. Anyways, let's tap in right here. What crystals do they... New beginnings. Okay, so K Coxonite. I don't know. Okay. Y'all out here healing. Your ancestors are just telling you what y'all know. Okay. So Numite, it's the healer crystal, because y'all are healers, as I said. Another crystal you should work with, Libyan gold tektite, because you guys are in a period of manifestation. Okay. Some of you guys might have a diopside crystal. That is your connection to Mother Earth. So we saw that a lot of that green talking about getting grounded. This is a very good crystal to use when you're out in nature. Okay. This is a very good crystal to use when you're doing shadow work. And this manifestation crystal is a very, very good crystal to bring in positive outcomes in your life in whatever area you are trying to manifest. So you see, it's a 3-part thing here. You got to go outside as well to manifest, to ground it in. You got to do the work. But these cards right here are telling me that you guys are healers in a process and period of manifestation on this earth. So the things that you guys had thought, imagined into being, the things that you healed to create something new, the things that the darkness you had to go through to tear down is now, it's like the building process. Okay? It's the building process for a lot of you. And you need to know what you have here, your gifts here, right? You're a healer of Mother Earth. Your gifts here are necessary and needed. Do not doubt that. I said any light energy in a space has the power to brighten it. If you are the lightest thing in your area, in your city, in your whatever, there's a reason for that. And it's not for people to be envious of how you manifest and how God is working through you. It's about realizing that, damn, they're blessed. And maybe they might be able to help me get more. Maybe people are to look at you as an inspiration, not someone to be upset at, because you are the gift that keeps on giving. You are the ever-flowing cup. You are the Ace of Cups. And all you've ever wanted people to realize here, whoever you are, is that you are here to help. You are here to be an asset. You are here to give of yourself selflessly. But you got boundaries now. You know how to do this healing work now. You know why, for whatever reason, you were chosen to be this healer here. And soon people will realize too. Meaning people will realize why you kept going. Self-love for you is the best love, because the love that you have for self comes from the love that was given to you by God himself. Understand? Continue to heal. Continue to have your role and be this role as a teacher. Continue to learn from your own experiences. Continue to learn from the situations you've gone through and are going through. And make sure that you are the best teacher that you can be. Your ancestors are your teachers. You know what to heal because your ancestors told you what hasn't been healed. A lot of you guys, this was harsh, but you were going through a rites of passage. And like I said, you were never alone. Okay? You were never alone. That's that between worlds energy too. Like, you felt like you were being pulled out of some shit. Like you really felt this, and you was. Because you were supposed to be. Communication. This is for a message definitely for speakers out here. That might be going through a lot of opposition because you're speaking. You were called to do so. Also, there is balance coming into your situations. Your ancestors and the Most High God want you to experience joy at this time in your life. And there will be an abundance that's coming toward you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. This is something that you manifested. Some form of abundance that you manifestation is coming toward you. And with this balance card, it's only right and it's only fair. Continue to have compassion on yourself and for others. Continue to know if anyone's attacking you, they know not what they do. But also continue to forgive them. Continue to send them healing because you know that's what they need. Forgive as much as you can. Let go of what is too heavy. Pray over situations and give it to God. Final card. What's the crystal for today that my collective needs? Learning. Fluorite. So there's something today that you may be learning, okay? There's also a lot of learning that is happening. Your spirit is growing. This is out of your control. You're just being called to follow the guidance. And whatever your spirit calls you to learn today is some type of gem or jewel or wisdom that you need along your path. But you are learning. So tell these people, I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still healing. It didn't say learned. It's saying learning. Every experience is meant for us to learn something from, okay? So as you go through this walk of life as a spiritual person, as a healer, as a light being, as a light worker, know that, like I said yesterday, those dark situations, the opposite energy is meant to teach us something. You saw the teacher and the learning. You are a student and a teacher in life, and you will always be that. But when it comes to whatever you were called to teach about, you are the master. You are the professional. You have been trained for whatever, built for the light that you give. So stand in that. But continue to learn more about yourself every day. We should learn something new about ourselves every day. Knowledge never stops. Doesn't even stop when we go. Because look, we got angels learning new things every day to help us. So even that thought, even that thought doesn't make sense anymore. We're transforming and transcending old beliefs. Nothing ends. It stops to begin again. But when that again happens, it should start better than before. If it was taken, it should come back upgraded. If you lost it, you have to know it wasn't something worth holding. You understand? God knows what he's doing, why he's doing it, and how he's doing it. And I guarantee you, the more you seek him and learn about him in your life, the more everything will be made clear to you. My right hand to God. When I stopped listening to these readers more than I listened to a God that I was supposed to serve. My right hand to God. When I started believing that God could move in my life because I saw him moving in my life. Because he said, okay, certain things to me I didn't really know. Like in my darkest days, in my darkest times, in my darkest moments, when I reached out to individuals that I thought I had. And when I prayed, God told me, no, those aren't your people. When I prayed and God said, it doesn't matter their title, those aren't your people. When God displayed to me in my hour of darkness, people's true intentions for my life, and I had no one around me but me, alone, thinking, okay, it's just this, but learning it's really something else, and having to pull myself up through that learning experience and see something good out of it. I'm trying to tell you, God will do for you what no man, no woman, no therapist, no doctor, no medication can do for you. I've learned that God is real, not by just believing that he's real, but by seeing him move in my life, by seeing the impossible made possible, by praying for a specific thing and a specific thing coming. I've seen it. And y'all, if you believe so strongly, you will see it too. You will learn some realness too. You can't be held accountable for some shit you didn't know. You can't be held accountable for some shit that you wasn't aware of. You can't be held accountable when you have been being attacked. But where your account comes in is what you did through the attacks. It's how you persevered through the attacks. Who got you through the attacks? God always said you were going somewhere. And now you're learning why certain individuals can't come with you. Some of y'all, it's because God's blocking them. Others of y'all, it's because they chose. Because when someone asks you something, an individual has a choice to use sound logic, to look at all sides of shit, and to make a decision on if they want to step forward and help you or not. And a lot of people you thought saw your heart, knew you were a good person, and you thought that they would take a risk on you, that they would take a leap and help, but they would do something. And these very same people you put all this hope and all this faith and all this love to did what? Where was they at in your hour of need? Who could you run to in your hour of need? Like that song says, even my right hand wasn't there when things went left. Never let you know what your right hand, never let your left hand know what your right hand's doing. All these types of things. Y'all had to learn on your own. Some of y'all in messes that others caused for you. Most of y'all. Why is my fucking life like this? And then you had to see, right? You had to learn why. And for a lot of y'all, it's not the why that the 3D person will ever understand. Because your journey in life, your walk in life is spiritual. You're not crazy to be learning that you have all these gifts and you've always had them. The crazy part is that those that were placed in our lives to nurture on these things, expand these things, grow these things, didn't do so. And that can create anger. that can make you feel like, damn, you ain't never supported me my whole life. Like my whole life you knew, like my whole life. It's okay. Forgive them. Because then they knew not what they were doing. They didn't realize they were stopping, blocking, and halting their blessings because you were the blessing they were to invest in. And that's why God said, nah, I got to call you away so I can call you higher. Because now what God is doing is the more you learn, the more you're going to be pushed in a direction to teach others something. And this is God's way of karma as well. But you are called to give a message. You're called to touch many people. Many people will learn from you. Many people will see your growth. Many people will see your evolution. And that's the thing with being a reader in the public eye, is that we go through so much conflict, and y'all be seeing us at our worst. Those of us that were called to be out here at our worst, going through the most. Y'all done seen us come from this place to that place to this place. God has strategically placed us in your lives, put us, teachers, on your spirits to see as an inspiration through the darkest of situations. Many people fold. Many people stay in the darkness and don't get to the other side. But there's certain people out here that God has called to not give up, to fight the good fight. Love is not easy to give when all you're being met with is hostility. But you can see a person's morals and values that continues to live in faith, that there is something greater, something better. That this situation can be healed with a little bit of love in it, with a little bit of truth in it, with a little bit of healing in it. Many things could be resolved if people could just communicate, if people just said what it was and not what they thought it was. Communication would be so much easier. If people weren't harboring energy of resentment and jealousy and greed and all these other things, we could get a lot done here. This is why we got to stay on the right path. We gotta not let those things, those ideas, those outside influences hinder our growth. We're meant to learn from these types of situations so we can be open to and accepting of connections that don't have those things tied to them. We're not supposed to be stuck in a space of feeling like we got to be alone forever. But God has been showing us something as we have been growing. And a lot of people don't realize that we out here teaching, we don't have all the answers. We're going through real life situations as we talk to you. But God said, no, I'm going to use your situation to show people and exalt you in the eyes of many. There's a reason for this. People out here really have gone through things and they still give back. They're still humanities. They still have good hearts, humanitarians. And they are in a position of wholehearted humanitarian life. I don't know what that is. I do, but I don't know how to explain it. You will if you do. When God told whoever you are that you have an abundance to share, you said, all right, I'm going to do that. There's something about you where it's like you don't care. You will do what you're asked to do because you know you're doing the right thing. You're learning that while doing these right things, you've been met with wrong things. And you're learning that it's okay. You're learning that all you can do is walk the path, right? All you can do is walk the path. And there are going to be things outside of you that try to deter you. This is your purpose. You're aligning with something higher than these 3D people will ever be able to understand. But in so much as that, there are also people that are called to understand you, that are called to grow. And you don't know who these people are that you're growing, that you're healing, that you're touching. We don't know. I got 800 something subscribers. I don't know them personally, as far as I know. There may be some that I do, but most of these people I will never meet in my life. But I am sure that they have done some healing, done some inner work, cleared their conscience, got reconnected with God in a spiritual way, like a real connection. That's what I hope to do in my teaching, is I hope for us all to learn along the way. And you will see if you go back as a reader and look at your life reading, right? You will see your progression. And maybe that's what Spirit wants you to do, is to go back, if you are a reader on here, and look at your growth. Look at where you was 2-3 years ago and look at where you are now. It's going to be different. You know what your face looks like. If you are light or dark, energy does distribute sometimes when we get in front of this camera. So if you're going through a dark situation and you come on the camera, you're going to look a little dark. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what you can't hide the energy. It is what it is. You see it. But God said, even when you were going through that, you still had to get on this camera. You still had to give a message. Those poor righteous teachers who aren't really poor at all. You're spiritually rich. Your spirits are wholesome. They're pure. You're like babies. And the world is harsh with you. And God understands that. Children of the light. But it's all right. It's all right. Y'all keep taking this action that you're being called and guided to take. Most High is always with you. Always. I love y'all. We'll talk later.